First, we're going to take off this cap. There's some snaps on the side. As you can see, you have an older adapter. This is called the adapter. So you have a cap and adapter. Inside of this, you're going to see this little, oh, there goes my pen, punch pen. This is a V8, so you got 8 on top. Number 1 should be here. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. As you can see, we have this. I'm going to have to pull this over. This comes off, this button, this distributor button. Call that a button is what we call it. Well, we're just dropping stuff, Amy. Now, if you look inside of here, let me turn the light on. You'll see this right here. This is called a pickup coil sensor. This is the stator. Okay, see how oxidized and kind of damaged this is? I ordered a new one because we have a crank no start scenario. That's what it's called. When it turns over, but you can't get it to actually start. So we have a crank no start. This is damaged, possibly. Let's see. Previously fire. See, all these are burnt, so this wiring, this comes off. We'll disconnect that. Put that on. Now, as you can see this is disconnected. Then we have to take this cap off and put it somewhere where it doesn't get in the way. Possibly like that. Now, this has got to come off. So what I want to do is take this adapter off. Now, how do you take the adapter off? Well, the adapter comes off something like this. There's some clips on the side, just like this one. Should be able to pull that one off, and this comes off. See this one? As you can see, this has been set on fire. This has fire damage on it. See this burn mark here? So I need to replace this, but I have to order one. So anyhow, now that we get to the meat and potatoes of the matter, now as you can see inside here, see this is damaged and burnt. As you can see, we have, this looks kind of oxidized. It's old. This is a 1984 F-150, E150, excuse me, but it's got a 302 in it. So that means this motor and this piece right here is probably, what year is this, kids? 50 years old. 43, 40, was it 80, 90, 2000, was it like 40 years old? 47 years old, something like that. Older than me, right? Okay, anyhow, if you can see here, we have oxidation, and then we have this accumulation. See this right here? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to remove this, and then there should be this little pin here. This should be a spring adapter. This comes out, I believe. It's got a screw holding this in. Hang on, let me go get some tools. Okay, you might want to get you a magnetic tipped Phillips screwdriver, because it's right here where this entrance is. There's a grommet for these 2 wires, and then here's the ground. So if you ever have a problem with this, the first thing I would do is take this apart and clean the grounding, all your connections in the ground, to see if this thing is going to pick up anything. I have checked it. It's reading like it works, but I'm going to replace it anyway with a new one. And I'll put the image and the link in the description of the video to where I got it from, because I got this one for 20 plus some shipping. If you get it from some of the other places, it might not work correctly, like O'Reilly's. And if you get it from AutoZone, it's going to be $80 from Duralast. And then you got OEM, and then you got a couple other brands like Wells. Wells makes them all of it, and I believe that's CarQuest or something. So that would be Advanced Auto Parts, but I believe they went out of business. So anyhow, you take this off. So use a magnetic tip or get a magnet. But if you have problems with this, first thing I would do is try to clean all your connections and make sure all your wiring's good. All the connectors are good. Let's see. As you can see, my thermostat sensor's back here, and I got to replace that once I get this out of the way. Once we get this fixed, all right, this should come out. No, this wire right here. See, what I'm trying to do is remove this. See, there's a screw right here. I don't know if you can see this. We don't want to lose this screw. See right here, there's one screw. There's 2 of them, actually. See, this is the connection piece, and as you can tell, it's damaged. So that tells me if it's been set on fire, and I showed you the adapter, so that means the wiring might be burnt. This right here, see? This might not be working correctly. Seems kind of kind of loose, horribly oxidized, and the plastic's going bad on it. So there's no telling what could possibly be wrong with it. And for the sake of this little repair, I'm going to get this magnetic dish right here I got from Harbor Freight as a free gift. And it's got a magnet in it so you can put your screws in there. So I'm going to set it over here. That way I don't lose any parts, because I have a tendency of, you know what I'm saying, losing things because there's a couple small, minute pieces. Like on this stator, there's a pin. See this pin down here? Right here. We got to take this pin out and pull this thing up. This comes out. Then we're going to pull this vacuum advance. I got to take this off, clean it. I got to clean this vacuum advance, check it to make sure it works, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay, so we need to go ahead and try to, what's next, Glenn? I guess we go ahead and pull this piece off here. This has got to come off. This advance, this is called the vacuum advance. There's a tube. I don't know if you can see it. See this tube right here? This goes into the front. We got to check to make sure this works. It's kind of dirty, as you can tell. This has been, like I said, this has been caught on fire. So I've had to replace, as you can tell, the coil, the wiring, all this wiring back here, all this stuff right here. See where I'm going with this, kids? So this is probably why it's no good no more. We got to pop this off and take this vacuum advance off, check it, and clean everything up. Then we got to go under this plate and clean all that out, right? And make sure there ain't no garbage in there, and lube it and put it all back together. Okay? So let's see what we got next. Well, Glenn, we got to be able to pull. I have to be able to pull the stator gear. This little magnetic piece hits this, and it tells this wire here to send a signal so it can fire. So that's what sends the signal to the spark plugs via that wire through that coil. Basically, it's a short circuit. It's a controlled chaos is what it is. It's just controlled chaos, y'all. That's why you need a magnet. There you go, Glenn. Okay. Now, you're going to have some kind of a prying device for this. So what I do is I have this, and I have one of these. Now, if you have something smaller that has a lady's foot, they call it a lady's foot, or this might actually work. So let's try. We'll get in here, kind of. This is what I was afraid of, this part right here. It's like, I don't know, man. And try not to break it. Get up in here to pry this off. And don't break it. I'm sitting there going, how am I supposed to get this off, y'all? And everybody I talked to said they do it like this. One side at a time. So I recommend one of these, I guess. Let's try this. I don't know if y'all can see that I got a light on it for you. Be very careful with this. There it goes, see? Like, look, bam. I seen it come off, watch. It did come up. This is a lot easier than I thought. Just be patient with it. Let's see if I can get it to come off. It did move. All you have to do is just kind of like go back and forth. Let's see if I can do this here. On national television? Yep. Should be able to go back and forth like this. Okay, now try it. See it? Just go like this. It's very easy. So this is a nail puller with a claw on the end. And that was very easy. Wow, that was a whole lot easier than I thought. Okay. Now be careful, because when you take this off, there's a pin here. So, and see this hole? That could be disastrous if you can't get in there to get that pin out. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to get some kind of a, okay, I'm going to get a piece of a napkin. I'm going to get a piece of napkin for y'all, right? We're going to stick it right here. So when we pull this stator, this is called a stator, okay? When we pull this off, and that pin falls in there, and if we can't get this, see, if I take the vacuum advance off, I should be able to get that plate out. But for most people, they're not going to go through all that trouble. they're going to go, okay, I'm just trying to get this fixed. I'm trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Uh-oh. So when we go to do this, let me show you. Okay, for the series of this video. All right. See how it's coming up? Now, if you have that hole down there, there's a pin. Watch this. You're like, oh, okay, Glenn, I see what you did. Just kind of move it around a little bit. See this little slot right here? There's a pin in here. If mine's missing, I hope mine's not missing. I'm like, oh, is it missing? Did it break off? Is it rusty? What happened? I don't see it. It's not even in there. Okay, see how we're at the top? We just milked it up there. See it? It's inside there. See it? Ah. And see how dirty this thing is? There it is. Do not. If you lose this, you might be able to get this out of the inside of a bicycle chain. Maybe. So I'm going to put it on this magnet. Remember I told you I got this magnet right here to put these parts on. That's one of them. Now, see this? Look how dirty this thing is. See how dirty this is? So we're going to clean it up. For some of you people out there, you might just want to get some rust remover from Harbor Freight. Remember we went over that on my other previous video about getting some very effective 30-minute rust remover, and this thing will look brand new. It doesn't look damaged or anything, but it has some major oxidation on it, and that would interfere. So let me go ahead and clean this up, and I'll pause the video. Okay, as you can see, I've cleaned this up considerably, but the only problem is this time. See, I used a little bit of this from a little 12-volt drill, and I might want to get a small little brush that you can steel brush and some really fine sandpaper to get in between here and clean this off with some cleaner. Then when you get done, you want to clean it real good. So you might want to get some really fine grit sandpaper if you can find some. So for this episode, this little repair, what I've chosen to do for this little repair, as you can see here, what I've chosen to do is I have this little steel brush and these real fine grit sandpaper I got from when we had to install the rear view mirror. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this, and then see in between here and up here and this piece right here, severely oxidized, will interfere with the sensor. So let me go ahead and clean this, and I'll get back to you. All right, I've got it cleaned up. So now we have to deal with this piece. This is pretty much got a little bit of dirt on it. So what we're going to do, just try to clean this up a little bit. Don't get too happy with it sanding it and all that. But when you take the stator off, I didn't do it. I messed up. There's a dot. I don't know if y'all can see this. There's a dot. Mine doesn't have one. Oh, it doesn't? Yeah, it does. There's a dot right there. Now, I'm assuming because we took it off here. Just remember which way you took it off. When I took it off, you can see from here that one side actually had the pin on it. So we're assuming it's this one. So the dot is facing here. So this would be our dot. When we put this back on, we need to remember which way we were facing to put this on, okay? So I'm telling y'all. So when we put this back on, we got to know which way this is facing, right? So here's the pin, and here's the dot. So it's this one right here, okay? Pin and the dot facing this direction. That's number 1, basically. So it's, what does that be, number 7? It's facing number 7. So anyhow, I'm going to leave it there. Anyhow, we have to take this out now. So that means we have to remove this thing. So hang on, let me go get a screwdriver. So here we are, removing the vacuum advance. Should be a screw here. Probably got some trash in. Remember, we got to clean all this up and check and make sure it's okay. So we got to remove this. This is going to be kind of tricky because if you notice, I got a lot of stuff in the way here. Why are they using a slotted driver? It's a slotted driver. For correct terminology. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got crap in there. That's why it's not fitting. There it goes. There you go. You get all the crap out of there. You might be able to apply some pressure and turn. Okay, remember what I told you about the magnetic tray? And don't lose your screws. Make sure you're conscious of whether or not there's a washer on here or not. Do you see anything? Yeah, I see some kind of weird... What is that? Oh, there's a tag or a plate on the side of it. Oh, that's nice. Okay, don't lose that. This has still got the original manufacturer's tag on it. From 1980. We're antiquated. Oh, wait, they called it vintage. We're vintage. Oh, okay. Now, we're going to move this one off. See, there's two of them. And I've seen a lot of you guys putting your videos up here trying to fix this, but you didn't remove this. And you should have checked this, because you got to check this. Got to make sure this works too, and clean it up and make sure it works. And all this is dirty. If you notice, we just went over this. It's been set on fire, and I want mine to be clean and functional. So this should come out, okay? As you can see, there we go. See, now this is starting to move. This is starting to make sense of it. Now we can pull this off. Voila! See how this comes off? All right. Now we remove this thing. Okay, you got to remove the hose. See, there's a hose. Okay. I don't know if I can take this off of here. I have to take the hose off. Let's see if we can get the hose off first. And get this to come off of here. We're going to get lucky. Without having to do all this weird shit. Come on. Please don't make me have to do some weird stuff to remove this. Ooh, so close, Glenn. Ooh, we got it. Okay, so you can remove this off this E150 without having to take off the distributor. That's what I was worried about. So I don't want to have to do all that. See how rusty this is? See, it's all dirty and stuff. So we're going to clean this up. Ooh, it's got a lot of rust and crap. So we're going to clean this up. And then we're going to see if this holds. Now, see this vacuum line? You can suck on this. By the way, it still works, so we're good on that. And we're going to clean this up too. See, a lot of these parts are dirty and they need to be cleaned. So I was worried about that. I didn't know if it worked. So now, see, this thing spins a little bit. See how it moves? See, because that vacuum advance, it moves, right? So now we got to figure out how to get this thing off, okay? So let's try again with our handy little tool here that we have. You can get these little crowfoot thing. Just pop it up. That's all we got to do. Just be mindful of how you're doing this. Very gently. Pop this up. A little over there. Well, damn, that thing just came right up, didn't it? Yep. Okay, so where's the other screw at? Should be another screw in here somewhere. There it is. See, there's another screw over there on that side. See it? See, there's one over there, so we can take that screw off. And remember to put it on your magnet. Put this back on your magnetic tip. Magnetic tip, and have a magnetic tray or plate to put this on. So now we've taken this screw off. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's a screw on this other side. It's a Phillips. Okay, good. It didn't strip out. It felt like it was going to. I was like, oh, man. Okay, so then we're going to take this out. Remember, we're going to look in here. And we're going to try to clean all this out and oil it. And... Okay, there's a screw. So you got two screws. And they're both the same size. What did I do wrong? Okay, so you got two screws for the advance and two screws for this. So now you see this spinning around? Okay, now we're going to take this plate out of here. See it? Ta-da! Down there, look at all that rust and crap. See it? So your plate, here's your plate, y'all. Now we got to get this plate off of here. See, here's your plate. See how dirty this is? That's the number one indicator that this might have problems. See, look, here he is. There's the problem. See it? This might not work. I tried to clean it, but it looks like it's, oh yeah. Hey, look. There's the screw that goes to the vacuum advance. That thing's the keeper that goes to the vacuum advance. Oh, it's broken. See, it rusted off. I don't know if you can see that. Right here is where this goes to for the vacuum advance. You know that I just showed you we took off? It's rusted. So all these little pieces and stuff probably got caught up in here, and you get the point. But we got to separate this plate. And I got a new one of these. And like I said, if you go to AutoZone, it's 85. You go to Auto Riley's, it might not work correctly. And this one that I got off Amazon for 20. See, this thing fits kind of snug. Let's see if we can get it to come off without screwing up anything here. And this plate comes off. But you don't want to ruin this bushing. We kind of want this to come off, but we don't want... See, there should be a spring. If you look at the top of here, there's some kind of a... We need a pick. You got to get a special tool. If you see here, there's a spring here. And we're going to pick this off, and this should come off. I'll show you that in a minute.